This is number 13, the Death card in tarot in my version. I started with just black and white for this one, so I think the duality, life and death, just seemed to correlate quite well. I've actually not gone over this with my pens very much at all. Sort of highlighted some of the lines that were already there. What was interesting was, as I didn't know that it was a female figure there, I knew there was this kind of idea of a portal. It was as I started to go around her hair, I realised what that was, and I just looked and I thought, she is absolutely beautiful. So in a weird way, like if you were dying, you wouldn't really mind. It's also quite prominent here. She's got her hair, which speaks to me of like ancestry, but her breasts are very prominent. It reminds me of this sycamore tree in the centre of the Milky Way that's sort of associated with this idea of a primordial goddess figure. There's like light and dark with this sort of circle. So on the right hand side it's sort of black and white, but even that's not light or dark, it's both. And on the left hand side there's just this sort of like window, it's still just completely blank. I correlate both of those circles with like death and rebirth, almost like the two different sides of even the same coin. On the left hand side there is like a figure there that looks a bit like an angel. Lower down there's other figures too that look like an angel that's almost holding up this sort of circle on either side. And there are some symbols within her body which I'm sure have meaning, but it will take a while for me to sort of find them. And there is on the right hand side, so like I say, another angel, a sort of figure at the bottom, but there is this sort of bird here, black and white, which may be symbolic of something like Isis. Just a closer view of the top right, where there's this sort of like beautiful like feathers coming out. I don't even really know how to describe it, just like it's beautiful. Just on a personal level, like this week, as I've been painting, I've really been having like all these doubts, like, oh, you know, what if this one's going to be rubbish, or you're going to ruin it, or like, what are you even doing this for? So it was like obviously really nice to reveal something like this. There's also another face coming out top left, looks like it's a smiling face, possibly of a cat. This card is associated with Scorpio, so it probably makes sense that I've drawn something beautiful associated with death as a Scorpio. It's always something that I've been quite fascinated by. And obviously, a lot of people are afraid of this idea. Like if you pull the death card in tarot, you would be afraid that you were going to die. But actually, I always associate this idea of death with change, letting go of old ideas that no longer work. And obviously, if you look deeper, there's cultures that have things like the Book of the Dead, which would be heavily associated with magic. I hope you like it as much as I do. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for listening.